where your healthcare system is no longer your #1 cause of bankruptcy,
Amen.
forcing families into poverty, and where your maternal death rates are no longer way higher than they are in Europe, because every girl has health care, and every woman has health care, every man has health care, and we finally get the costs under control. This campaign is about the working families of the state, period. This campaign is about the 99% of us who worry about our families and the 100% of us that worry about somebody in our family. These times are so tough in ways that we've started to take for granted, like we just take for granted that here in America we should have 25% of the world's inmates, even though we only have 5% of the world's people. We should produce 25% of the world's pollution, even though we only have 5% of the world's people. We should be comfortable with entire neighborhoods having 50% joblessness, like the neighborhoods that my family has been rooted in historically in West Baltimore. But in these times when it's so easy for Donald Trump to pick scapegoats and pit people against each other because people are hurting across the country and across our state, what we know as organizers is that it's also easier for us to pull people together in bigger numbers, but we have to do the hard work. And as Harry said, it's in these moments, when it's raining and it's cold, when it's supposed to be warm and sunny, that campaigns are won. And so today, I'm really pleased to be joined by my running mate, Susie Turnbull. You know, Susie's the last chair of the party to lead us to victory in our big statewide cycle every 4 years. Yeah. In 2010, she turned out 125,000 more voters in Maryland, Democratic voters in Maryland, that would show up in 2014. And she did it by making sure that we put 10 times more organizers on the ground. See, she was vice chair of the Democratic Party with Howard Dean, and they had a 50-state strategy, and she came back home to Maryland with a 24-county strategy. I remember her talking about 2010 once. She said we had 7 offices. Then she just stopped. She said, no, we had 7 offices on the East Shore and dozens across the state. We turn out the likely voters, the old 2010 voters. We beat Larry. We do what we know how to do. What CWA and the NAACP did together in 2012, and we turn out the unlikely voters and we wallop Hogan. Yeah. And we're in this to wallop Hogan. Because we do that and we elect Democrats in places in this state that have not had Democrats in a long time. And we give the rest of them courage. If this campaign fundamentally understands something that other campaigns don't quite get, we understand it's the people who give the politicians courage, not the politicians who give us courage. Yesterday, we suffered another tragedy in Texas. Another school shut. And today, once again, the politicians are on fire about the need to rein in the NRA and pass gun safety reform. And when I'm governor here in Maryland, we will finally close the AR-15 loophole in our assault weapons ban. And we will fully fund the violence interrupters across our state, because we know it's both school shootings and street shootings. We gotta get both of them under control.
That's right.
But let's not forget for a moment that it's little kids like Junebug that gave those politicians courage. It's 7 and 8-year-olds, not just 7th and 8th graders, let alone 17 and 18-year-olds, leading walkouts from their classrooms saying enough is enough. This is America. We're supposed to be free and brave, so let's have the courage to be safe in our schools. I'm going to ask the former chair of the Maryland Democratic Party, my running mate, Susie Turnbull, to come up here for a moment and just talk about how important the work we're going to do today is. See, it's raining today, and most folks have shut down their canvases. And all of you who showed up to canvass, we're asking you to pull out your cell phones today. And let's make some calls and make sure folks understand what's at stake. Because they turn out and vote, we win. We've started out in 4th. We're tied for 1st. The wind is at our backs. We're going to keep pushing through this rain and this cold, and we're going to win this.
That's what Marilyn does every day. That's what Sarah does every day. That's what Ben does every single day. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And that's why you came. What Harry Lennox said earlier on was when he met Ben, he looked at him and he said, he is really smart. Well, guess what? It takes being smart, and it takes courage. And it takes the ability to recognize that it's not just solutions, because if solutions were the answer, then everything would get fixed. What it takes is people, and that's what you are. That's who you are. And you're the people who are going to make a difference in this election. This election and every election is about three things: message, organization, and money. Moms. Well, I'm this campaign's mom. Actually, I'm this campaign's grandma. And I can tell you what I've always told my kids. It makes a difference on what you do and what you say. And so for each of you right now, this is what you need to say. It's time for change. It's time to take the energy that we have and that you felt today, right here, and get on those phones. It's time to talk to every neighbor you know, and for the people online to make sure that they share this and send it out to everybody that they know. Learn and let people understand that there is a difference, and that Ben Jealous, the former head of the NAACP, Marylanders Person of the Year, is really someone who can make that difference. So I just want to tell you, stay here. You don't want to go out anyway. It's really not a good day. It's not a good day, but it can be a great, warm day in here. Get on those cell phones, get on those phones all over the state, and we just want you to know we thank you, because together we can make a difference. Together, we're going to start doing big things again in our state. Together, we're going to be making a job for working families and making a whole program to bring our state back to doing big things again. So thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, everybody. If you are interested in phone banking, please stick around. We're going to go ahead and bring some of the tables out. If you got your cell phones on you, we've got outlets ready. Let's get to work.